The U.S. State Department is urging dialogue in the ongoing standoff between farmers and the government in India. The U.S. says it welcomes steps to improve the efficiency of India's markets, but Washington says unhindered access to information, including the internet, is fundamental to freedom of expression. For more on this story, we can go across to France 24's Sreya Banerjee standing by in New Delhi. Sreya, yesterday we had India's Ministry of External Affairs issue a statement essentially dismissing the attention the farmers' protests have received in recent days from Rihanna, Greta Thunberg, and the niece of the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris. On one hand, New Delhi says it doesn't care what the international community has to say, but on the other hand, it really does care.
It would seem like it, because after Rihanna and Greta Thunberg tweeted about the farm protest, the Ministry of External Affairs, in rather unusual move, released a statement saying, quote, "The temptation of sensationalist social media hashtags and comments, especially when resorted to by celebrities and others, is neither accurate nor responsible." This is rather unusual because the government, especially the MEA, only reacts to statements by international and multilateral organizations, heads of state, foreign governments. So this did raise some eyebrows, as you said. It seemed like they did really care the kind of attention they were getting, and in this case, negative attention. The statement from the MEA also went on to defend the laws and also tried to play down one of the biggest protests that have taken place since this government has come to power, and has said that it's only a small group of farmers who have issues with these laws, and that some groups are trying to mobilize international support against India. And since then, the government has launched its own Twitter onslaught, roping in Indian celebrities to tweet using various hashtags like India Together and India Against Propaganda. So it seems to have indeed ruffled some feathers in Delhi.
And it's funny that many of Indian celebrities who have done that had the same exact text. It's like they copy and pasted the same message. Let's talk about the negotiations and the standoff currently with farmers. Shreya, where do things stand right now?
We haven't heard much talk of negotiations since January 26th, now, which was when a farmers' rally entered Delhi and was marred by violence. What followed was government crackdown on protesters, on farmer leaders, on journalists, on activists. And now it seems more of a standoff between farmers and the government. There have been, in the past few days, more and more farmers have come out en masse to join these protests, led by some charismatic leaders. In response, the police has erected huge barriers around the protest sites, which are around on the outskirts of Delhi, and they've severely restricted access, internet access, as the United States State Department mentioned, has often been blocked, and has only brought attention to the fact that India is a world leader in internet shutdowns. Now, the farmers are still saying that they want a repeal of these laws that seek to liberalize the agricultural sector. They're saying this will bring in big corporations and they will lose the bargaining power in the process. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his government have offered some concessions in the past, but have refused to abandon these laws, saying over and over again that they will benefit farmers.
We'll see what happens, Shreya. Thank you very much for that, Sreya Banerjee, reporting there from New Delhi.